In Johnston County Public Schools, we are proud to foster a flame for learning in social and emotional learning components. Within this presentation, we're going to talk very briefly about what SEL, or social and emotional learning, is, what this looks like in Johnston County Public Schools, and what this might look like in a classroom in Johnston County, as well as how you can grow in this work. First, social emotional learning is made up of 5 different components: self-awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, relationship skills, and social awareness. These 5 foundational components are established or have been established by CASEL, the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, and are widely adopted as being the 5 main components. In Johnston County Public Schools, we use panorama survey data for our students to give feedback on how they feel they are able to master social and emotional learning skills, such as those that we just saw in the basic 5 components previously. We take the survey at the end of every year, starting at the end of 2019 school year, or the 2018-19 school year, and some schools are opting to take this at the beginning and middle of year as well, because what we're doing with this data is allowing it to drive the multi-tiered systems of support that we're giving to students for social and emotional learning. If you're thinking about MTSS in the tiered framework, this is what it might look like, or what it can look like for SEL. Down here at the bottom, we've got all of our students who need support. The bulk of our students who need that core support, that can be given in the classroom through relationship building activities, morning meetings, restorative justice, relationship building circles, goal setting practices, mindfulness practices, anything that's cultivating cultural proficiency, and all other activities that are fostering the growth of students' self and social awareness, as well as their ability to regulate their own emotions and make good decisions while they're building relationships with others. Even if we've got a really solid core program, there's still a number of students who are going to need some additional support. Those students are going to need additional support through Tier 2 level supports, and then the most intensive students will need Tier 3 level supports. For those 2 tiers, you can consult with your colleagues at school, especially your student services team members, such as your counselor, your social worker, your school psychologist, your nurse, your student advocate. Everybody works together as a team, and they can give you some guidance in interventions, as well as possibly offering some additional supports. In Johnston County, we take pride in our portrait of a graduate. What you see before you in this image includes all of the traits that we want our graduates to have, and all of their practices to encompass. And these words that you see on the outside of this are the words. These are the items that are measured through our panorama survey and how it aligns with our portrait of a graduate components. In this district, we have adopted restorative practices, and we have restorative practice trainings for those who are interested. But just like being a part of a circle, this is nothing that is mandated on an individual or on a school. This is by invitation only. So if you're interested in learning more about restorative practices and restorative circles, there are trainings offered at the district, and schools that have chosen to attend these trainings have received a Circle Forward book that has some practical supports for what this might look like in your classroom. Some of our schools are also doing Capturing Kids' Hearts. This is a program that's foundational for building relationships and maintaining relationships along with social contracts with students. 4 of our schools in the district are partnering with the North Carolina Resilience and Learning Project. This has been an ongoing project since early in 2018, and we're excited that it's expanded from our 2 initial schools now to 4. And within that project, we've been able to educate staff at 4 of these, or 2 now, will be 4 schools, about trauma-informed practices. We're not limiting that knowledge to just those 4 schools, though. We have quite a few of our schools who are starting to have trainings incorporated to think about how our brains need to build resilience, what adverse childhood experiences or ACEs do to the brain, and how that impacts students' ability to feel safe in a place and to learn. And we're continuing to explore trauma-informed practices and what these need to look like in the classroom setting. To further support schools on this mission, this year, new to the district, we have social emotional learning teams that have been formed at some of the schools, and these teams have the opportunity to come to a district office once a month to where all the SEL teams in the district get together for PLC time, additional trainings, and other supports that can be taken back to staff. If you're interested in this, please let your school administrator know so that you can be a part of it as well. Coming up in the near future, we will have I can statements that have been adapted for our district. These are inspired by the I can statements from Metro Nashville Public School. And if you are interested in seeing what those statements look like, you can go to this bit.ly link here below. But when these are issued for Johnston County, they will be shared and widespread so that they're available to you at that time. And these will help to give grade level expectations of what a student should be able to do at each age. So what might social emotional learning look like in your classroom? Think through some of the opportunities that you've seen on how this is being incorporated, how we're bringing awareness to Johnston County, and some of the practices that are starting to be included. If you'd like something more concrete to think about, this self-management video is highly recommended. To get to the video, because I'm not going to play it within this, you can click on this bit.ly link if you've got access to this presentation, or you can type this bit.ly link in. Please know that these links are case sensitive, so to type this one in, it is bit.ly/M for marshmallow and V for video. If you're looking for additional ways to grow yourself in social emotional learning, we've got a few opportunities. Frontline education is our professional development learning module, or it's our location where we house all of our opportunities that are available within the district. You can log in at mylearningplan.com and search all the opportunities that are currently available. We also have Canvas, where we have independently paced courses such as a social emotional independent study available to you. If you're interested in participating in something like this, email me directly. My name is Amanda Allen, and my email is on the next slide. Finally, there's always opportunity for you to grow with independent practices and independent studies based on books. I included one of my favorites, Being the Change, and it's got lessons and strategies to teach social comprehension. And I love this book because it allows you to look internally and grow yourself as you're working on growing your skills that you can help reach students. So some final thoughts. It's important that you take care of yourself first so that you can then care for others. Please remember that you're not alone in your social emotional learning journey. Reach out if you want any type of support. And here's my information. I'm Amanda Allen, the Executive Director of Social Emotional Learning for Johnston County Public Schools. Here's my email address if you'd like to connect to get some more support, or if you'd like access to a course, or if you'd just like to hear a little bit more about what's going on at any given time in the district. I'm also going to take a moment to put this back on the first slide because I didn't mention before that this bit.ly right here, remember it's case sensitive, is how you can access this whole presentation and have it for yourself if you choose to save it to a Google Drive that you're on.